Hey guys, Fisher here. We're going to break down the first 5 principles of the DarkSide philosophy. Number 1, don't count calories. Counting calories just treats the body like a simple steam engine rather than a complex chemical laboratory. We have hormones, gut health, mitochondria, nutrient density dictate metabolic rate, not just a math equation. Number 2 and 3, balance between fed and fasted states. We use OMAD to achieve this. OMAD is the seesaw. This is the ultimate biological dance between anabolism, growth pathways like mTOR, and catabolism, repair, glucagon, upregulated autophagy. Using 1 meal a day as the vehicle is a brilliant way to ensure you actually spend enough time in repair mode without overcomplicating the schedule. Simple is best, guys. Number 4, earn your food. This is pure ancestral logic. Historically, we had to exert effort before we ate. From a modern physiological standpoint, depleting glycogen stores and increasing insulin sensitivity right before a feast ensures those incoming nutrients go straight to muscle recovery rather than fat storage. And number 5, prioritize animal protein and animal fats. I believe in the protein threshold. The protein leverage hypothesis is basically the body is so incredibly smart, it will drive hunger signals until its essential amino acid requirements are met. By prioritizing highly bioavailable animal proteins and fats, first, you turn off the hunger alarm naturally. Guys, we're trying to manipulate our hormones to optimize our body. In the modern world, our hormones are destroying our body. If we understand this, if we can understand how to optimize our hormonal balance, you will thrive. How we look good? Yeah?
I mean, I always look good.
All right. Episode 4.
Yeah, we're in it. Cheers to that. 4th one. This is a big one because we're going to outline some of our principles for life, right? We have 10 principles. Why don't you go ahead and just introduce
principles, commandments, blueprint.
Yeah.
What are we calling it? Your health is going to be way better than if you're not following these 10 commandments. Do you know what I mean? I would say these 10 principles are flexible, where you can fit it for your own lifestyle, right? So it's like, it doesn't matter if you have a 9-to-5 job or you know, even if you're working graveyard shift, you can,
everybody can do it. Everybody can.
Yeah, you can get this to work. All right. So principle number 1 is.
You're killing me.
No,
calories. We really have to start this over again.
You say it to me.
Well, I know it's don't count calories. no, I know it's don't count calories.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking maybe we go descending order, but that's fine. Yeah, it's don't count calories again. The reason I'm saying or kidding me is because we did cover this in episode 1, so we want to hit this quick. But I think that there are definitely some important points for us to make. I have some responses to some of the comments that we received, but why don't you, Fish, hit us with a summary of like, why don't count calories? Why is this a principle that you think is so important for people to live?
I think the number 1 thing is, it just creates a very unhealthy relationship with food. I mean, let's forget everything else.
That's what I was going to
Let's forget that maybe you are so excellent and dialed in and you know exactly what your metabolism is burning.
Right.
You know exactly what you're eating.
Right.
It's still an unhealthy relationship with food. Like, I think if our ancestors came back from the grave today and was like, hey, so tell me about the new world, right?
Like, what's going on?
And they're like, well, hey, we do this thing where we count calories. They
sit down at the start of every meal.
What the fuck's a calorie? And then once you explain it to them, they're probably going to slap the shit out of you.
What did the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Slap!
Right.
You know what I mean?
It would just be completely foreign to them, and it would just seem that's part of one of the areas that I wanted to go, is that it's like an exercise in sort of futility and nuance that doesn't really seem to produce any positive result, because like we said in episode 1, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. If it worked, like if counting calories
I'll
was
link
the
it
solution,
here. I know how to do that now.
Yeah. What? Oh.
I know how to.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're learning.
I'm gonna put it right. I'm gonna put it right here.
Right there. All right. Go check it out.
I learned how to do that this week.
Go check out episode 1. But yeah, like if it worked, it would work. If it was as simple as just logging the food that you ate, people would have that calorie calculator in their phone, and it would just, everybody would be, skinny, 12% body fat.
It's almost like a religion, and people will get offended even though it doesn't work, and the results tell you,
right.
Hey, stop it, because it's not working for you.
Right. 100%. When you talk about an unhealthy relationship with your food, if you're doing all of that and you're still counting calories, like, something's wrong. And the reason why I say that is, I say this jokingly, but also very seriously, I have no clue how many calories are in a thing of cake, like a piece of cake. I've never counted calories in my life. If Fisher knows how to put the episode links in, I'm sure that we can put a picture of my before. Here it is, when I was fat, all right? And I went from that to where I am today without ever counting a calorie, right? And so I know that it can be done without counting calories. And I know that people that are doing it successfully are also prioritizing protein and fueling with fat and eating one meal a day and doing the things that are in our other principles. So to me, it's just like an extra thing that just doesn't make sense that you would include it in your life and make that part of your habit.
Let's look at it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
We're designed with these switches, ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin tells us we're hungry, leptin tells us we're not.
Yeah.
Why don't we just listen to that, right? The reason why these things are broken is because people count calories. I mean, the first thing, if you're trying to keep a low calorie count, what's the first thing that you got to cut to keep your calories low? It's fat.
Healthy fats.
Because protein, 1 gram of protein has 4 calories. One gram of carbohydrate has 4 calories. 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. So people
gotta cut fat, and that's why you have the low-fat diets.
Exactly right. So by default, it's making you eat this low-fat diet because you're counting calories. Right. Now, if you're eating low-fat, what's that doing to your hormones, your energy, hypoglycemia? Yeah. It just causes this huge problem because you're focusing on the wrong thing.
Right. I would also say, like, my final thing about counting calories, where I just would sometimes get in with people in the comments or people in my life that I'm talking to about it, is it's so obviously false, because if counting calories worked, the sort of simplest argument against it is, okay, I'm going to eat McDonald's every day. I'm going to only eat, let me not say McDonald's, let me say fast food so we don't get sued, right? So I'm going to eat fast
McDonald's.
food. I'm going to eat fast food every day, right? But I'm going to be at a 500 calorie deficit. I'm going to do that for 60, 90 days. Do you think I'm going to be healthy? And a lot of times the opposite person will go, oh, you're being extreme. But to me, you've already sort of given up the argument, right? Because if you say what you eat is important, it's like, aha. So what I eat is important. All we're also positing is when I eat is important. And now let's talk about that. Lifestyle changes can help these systems reignite, and then you get back into that fat adapted.
And that's really what it is. We've been hijacked. So it's like a dope fiend looking for dope.
Right.
That's really what it is. It's a substance abuse problem, not like an overeating problem.
Right.
It's a substance abuse issue.
That actually is a pretty good segue if you're done with point 1. Principle number 2. What's principle number 2?
Balance between fed and fasted states.
Right.
During my journey, when I figured this out, this was one of the turning points for me as far as feeling a difference. So, like energy levels, like when I did go to 1 meal a day, the amount of productivity and the amount of energy, focus that I had told me, it's not like, hey, I'm forcing this down your throat. It's like, no, I'm more productive.
Right.
I can think clearer, right? I'm in a way better mood.
You can feel it.
You can feel it.
Almost immediately for me.
Right. Yes.
Like when I say almost immediately, it's not as though if you do it one day, within weeks, right? 2 weeks.
But it's almost like yes, you feel it, right? But it's like you're not thinking about it.
Right.
And then one day you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I felt really good lately.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I don't have panic attacks anymore.
I work really late. So before Lou worked with me, I'd get home and they would have dinner ready for me. So I was having my 1 meal at work, and then when I got home, I'd have some
you'd still eat something,
carrots and pork with them, like
maybe not the whole
at
meal.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And when I cut that part of it out, oh my God, I felt so good.
You felt better at night? You felt better in the morning?
Throughout the whole day. What is the right balance of being in a fed state and fasted state? If we look at digestion, how long does digestion take?
I don't know.
Okay, 5 hours.
5 hours.
About 5 hours, right? Up to 5 hours.
Okay.
Let's just say we're eating 3 meals a day and a snack.
Right.
What's 4 times 5?
15. 20 hours.
Did you say 9?
No, it's 3 times 5 is 15. It's 20 hours a day that you
Right. Somewhere between 15 to 20 hours. Because most people aren't just eating 3 times, they're eating 4 times, right? So that's a 20-hour period you're spending in a fed state.
Right.
Even during half your sleep, if you are getting 8 hours of sleep, you're still in a fed state.
Your body's just on overdrive the entire time, right?
Right. If insulin is on for 20 hours a day, that means for 20 hours a day for your entire life, you're in this growth phase.
Right.
If you're Ada's age, if you're like 11, there's not a lot wrong with that, right? But if you're 38 or 47, that's a problem.
Right.
You can't just be in growth mode all the time.
Because, well, I mean, the big danger of growth mode being...
Well, it's not just muscles that grow. Right? So it doesn't matter if you're in the gym all the time. There's gym dudes who eat 6 meals a day who have cancer, right? So we're talking about everything is growing, everything. So if we stay in this growth mode, that is super unnatural for any animal.
And that's where, when you were talking about the sense of it being like an addiction, I think we can really view that grazing, that day-long grazing, as a food addiction. And I'm always struck by how many just examples of this there are in life. You know, when you put a rat in a cage that doesn't have many distractions, not much entertainment, no socialization, and you allow it to just eat, right? And that's the only thing it can have. Or I think there were some studies where they were given drugs, right? The rats will just gorge themselves all day long.
Yeah, there's cocaine studies.
Right.
Like they'll just do cocaine
all day, every day,
until they just die.
Because they have nothing else to do in their life, right? And then when they're entertained and whatnot, they're able to manage that more. And I think that we see that in humans as well. Like a lot of people that have really, really deep-seated issues with food and their relationship to food, 99% of the time, they're going to be what we would call grazers. It's not as though they're sitting down and having 20 bowls of pasta in one sitting. They're having 20 bowls of pasta throughout a 12-hour day, or the equivalent of a bowl of pasta, just over and over and over and over again. And that's the really, really unhealthy relationship with food, where when you begin to limit that exposure to food, you're actually, like you said, addition by subtraction, right?
Yeah, and then it's even habitual, right? So it's like even let's say you and I went out to dinner back in the day.
Right.
We went out, we got something to eat. Then let's just say the plan was to go see a movie after dinner.
Right.
But we're definitely going to get popcorn and Coke, right? Even going to the movies, there's like all these triggers.
Right.
And it's like there's this habitual thing. Even though you're not hungry, you're like, yo, I'm full. You're still going to buy it.
Right.
You're still going to put it next to you, and you're still going to munch on it.
When I think about balancing these states is the idea of what does an elite athlete do, right? We were just downstairs talking about Kobe Bryant.
Food should not be emotional. It shouldn't. The purpose of food is to nutrify the body, right? And that's not what it is anymore.
Right.
It's more of a pastime or a hobby, or
it's a hobby.
Something I do when I'm bored.
Yeah, and it's not a surprise as well that oftentimes the addictive foods that we reach for are those high sugary snacks, and like that to me is by design.
And that's why I think like balancing between a fed and fasted state can help you kind of break that loop if you're using that perspective.
Right. That's our bulwark against that addiction is to say, now's not feeding time. Right. Quite simply. And it's hard at first, but once you build that habit, you're able to say, now's not feeding time. So even though I do want that sugary treat, I'm choosing not to have it because it's not feeding time, and I'm trying to balance, listen to what my body needs.
I'd actually recommend doing like a 4-hour eating window instead of just going to like a 1 meal a day. But if you made that eating window between, let's just say 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock or 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you're just giving yourself that time to digest. Because even if you have your last meal at 5, that meal is still in you at 10 o'clock.
Right.
So
it's a 5 hour.
Right. If you want the recovery, like if you want your body to have that repair time, you need to be empty when you go to sleep. Otherwise, your body's still busy digesting food.
Right.
You're not activating autophagy, mitophagy. Your sirtuins are quiet. Glucagon's not turned on, so there's no fat oxidation while you're sleeping. You're messing with all these mechanisms because you're just kind of grazing throughout the day. So balancing between a fed and fasted state, really what that means is I am spending time in growth mode. Then I'm going to toggle that switch off, and now I'm going to spend a majority of my day in repair mode.
Repair mode, yeah.
And if we just have that balance where we're in growth and repair,
Right.
man, that alone, you're going to live so much healthier.
Right. 2 points. So I'll just go ahead and say it because this one gets a little gross. But as we go into the eating one meal a day, before I started my journey here into a healthy lifestyle, I was eating fast food 7 to 8 times a week. And even that might be kind of lowballing it. Like I was eating a lot of fast food. We talked in episode 2 about like having an excuse matrix, and I was just pure, like I viewed McDonald's as a cheat meal for myself because I was like, oh, I'm really, really busy at work. I'm really trying to be about it in the office this week. And so I don't have time to get a real meal. So I'll just pop down and eat a McDonald's. But then by the end of the week, if I did an audit of what I had eaten, it was bad, man. It would be like 8 to 10 times fast food, at least a week, okay? I would have like full-on panic attacks before I would take poos. So I have ADHD, right? So I'm familiar with how a panic attack feels. I'm laughing about it now, but it would be like scary in my office, like stall, sweating, just thinking like I could die right now and life would be okay. And we're laughing about it because we've talked about it so many times. But when we talk about that balance and why that balance is necessary, my body was sending me, it was begging me for some repair time, right? It was begging me, please stop feeding us this crap. Like you have to stop doing this to us. And it took me stopping that. And like you said, I didn't realize it immediately. But yeah, there was some moments taking a poo, and I was like, oh, I don't feel terrible right now. Like I don't like, I'm not freaking out anymore about, the natural processes that my body's going through. And if anybody's in that scenario, please hit us up, comment, and we'll comment that like I have bad poos or something under the YouTube video, and we'll respond to it. But yeah, it's rough, man, and your body needs that balance so that it has time to repair itself. Now that I've shared my deepest
I have no comment. I'm pretty clean. Your whole system is in distress.
Right.
And
just constant food, no repair time. Let's move on. Oh, yeah. Principle number 3 is eat one meal a day.
The reason why one meal a day is principle number 3 is because I believe that is the best way to balance between a fed and fasted state. My one meal, I'm eating until full satiety, like where I can't pick up the fork again. I'm not counting calories, but if I were to estimate how many calories I'm eating, it's somewhere around 5,000. That is all essential amino acids, non-essential amino acids, all the fat that I need, all the sodium that I need. Mm-hmm. So my body is going to utilize all of that. There's nothing my body's not going to use. If we can prioritize, so it's like not one meal a day and go eat McDonald's is my point, is that if you're eating high quality animal protein and fat, then your natural hunger and full hormones, leptin and ghrelin, are going to work properly. Like everything will get in sync once you start feeding your body what it really needs. Now all of a sudden you don't need to count calories. You don't need to even think about one meal a day being hard.
Because you're just listening to your body.
Because you've hit your protein threshold.
You've hit your targets, your macros.
Right, and how do you know that's my target? Well, it's because you can't even look at food anymore.
I don't want this anymore.
You've hit the threshold.
Until 23 hours later when you're like, I need it.
How simple is life for us?
Yeah.
We eat till we're full.
Right.
And then I don't need to think about food again.
For another day.
Right.
Right. It's pretty awesome.
It's right? It's like one less thing to worry about. How about your productivity from one meal a day?
Yeah, it skyrockets. So for me, I tend to eat sort of earlier in that window. So it's generally 1 to 1:30. Right after I work out. Usually I'm working out at noon, 1 to 1:30, having that meal. And yeah, I mean, I am just absolutely feasting. In the morning, I used to be a person, so again, before I got on this journey, I was like not a morning person at all. When I started doing 1 meal a day, all of my colleagues around me were like shocked because I was in the office early in the morning.
When someone tells me if you don't eat, you don't have energy.
Well, they're eating the wrong things.
I don't even know what to say to that. Yeah. It's like what that tells me is you've never actually gone very long without a meal.
Right.
And all you're feeling is a sugar crash.
Right. Which let's define that biologically. So what happens when you have a sugar crash? What happens? But I think that this is important when we talk about what you eat in your 1 meal a day is really important. If you eat, let's say, a bowl of ice cream for your 1 meal a day, and you have that sugar crash, I mean, biologically, what's happening to you there?
Because your body can't tap into fat oxidation, right? Because you're not fat adapted. You're just kind of riding a sugar high.
Right.
But as soon as that sugar dips, all of a sudden you're very lethargic.
Right.
You can't really think, you can't operate, you definitely can't work out, right? So your thought is, well, I need to eat something before I go do something because I feel so trashed. Let me tell you right now, if that's how you're walking around, that is not normal.
Right.
I don't care if your whole office talks like that. That is not normal human behavior.
Right. We all used to be super productive for thousands of years before 3-hour energy, what are those little energy shots? Before any of that existed, humans did stuff.
We got shit done.
All day long.
Yeah, right? We got shit done, man.
They didn't need a 3-hour energy drink to get through the day. And so when you're looking at why are you struggling to get through the day? Why is it that at that 4:30 mark or 5:30 mark, you're just like, shoom, it's your diet.
It's a really vicious cycle. It's like it's like the food you eat makes you eat more.
Yeah.
And you just stay in this loop.
Right.
Even if you think you're going healthy, even if you think, hey, I eat brown rice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I eat whole grain bread.
Or just eat it all the time without even stopping.
You get fat.
No, why would I get fat?
Bread makes you fat.
Bread makes you fat?
It's doing the same thing. You're still riding that sugar high. So to me, fat is the most stable energy. So if you're eating fat, you're going to use fat. Let me just state that very clearly.
Right.
If you're eating bread, if you're eating rice, if you're eating noodles, your body's going to convert that into glucose. And now you're just on this sugar.
Now you're eating sugar.
Right now, that's just sugar. You're just eating sugar. And as soon as that sugar dips, your first thing you're going to think about is, where can I find more sugar?
Why can't our bodies do both, right? So why can't I have my bread, I run out of the sugar, my body goes, where am I going to find it? And then it goes, finds that in my system.
Well, actually, you can and I can.
Right.
So
why can't the average person's body do?
Because they've never been in that state. It's almost like training, right? Like where we start someone new in the gym, we have to start them with very light movements, very basic stuff.
Like kettlebells, lightweight.
Because they don't have the capacity, nor do they have the muscle memory for it. Well, their bodies never actually used fat.
Right.
So there's like this, as soon as that sugar's gone, there's like a blockade.
Right.
And their body can't tap into it. Now, so the question is, how do we get your body to tap into it? You got to stop eating sugar. You're going to feel horrible.
It's not fun.
It's kind of like the dope addict who stops taking dope.
Right.
You got to lock that dude in a cage for 30 days because if you don't, he's going to go find dope.
Yeah.
But if you just cut the sugar out and just deal with that first 30 days of feeling awful, you're going to break through to the other side. And you're going to feel energy you've never felt before.
Yeah, I think that's the really critical point and where I was sort of prompting you to, because when I first started this, I remember very, very clearly, I was a couple weeks in, not really experiencing a ton of results, and you asked me, well, what are you eating today? And I was at a Japanese curry place with a huge bowl of rice. I was like, oh, but I'm only eating half of the rice. And you were like, bro, you have to stop eating like all of the rice. And you explain like, that's sugar. Like you're eating rice, you're eating sugar.
Yeah.
Your body's not going to become fat adapted. And yeah, the next 3 to 4 weeks, whatever it was, were brutal and I hated you. But then when I got fat adapted and, 4 weeks after that, the weight starts just shedding off. It's like, oh, this is what it is.
Yeah, well, let's think of it not in calories, not as in volume, but let's think about it as signals.
Right.
It doesn't really matter if it's a bowl of rice or a spoon of rice. Think about ibuprofen.
Right.
That's how many?
It's just a little bit.
It's like 200 milligrams. Right. But when you take that 200 milligrams, it sends a signal and you feel it. If you eat just a spoon of rice, hey, I'm just going to have one spoon. You sent the signal.
Right.
Now insulin is going to spike. Right. Now you're taking out a fat oxidation and it's wrecked. Now how long does that insulin stay up from one spoon of rice? I don't know, but you already sent the signal.
You already sent the signal.
The signal's been sent.
Which is why like people, I'll just have one bite of cake, right? Like if you want to have the one bite of cake, fine, but don't lie to yourself about what that's doing inside of your body. Put the button on one meal a day. One thing that people who might sort of be approaching this might feel like it's very, very extreme. It's too difficult to do. And that's really why we're building the app that we're building in the way that we are, right? We want to give people tools to do it. Once you're in it, it doesn't feel extreme. That's the thing I can promise you. It's not an easy thing to start doing, but once you build that habit, everything I know about building habits says that reducing friction increases the likelihood of success in building that habit. And when we started talking about one meal a day, we talked about how easy it is to just eat one meal a day. You take away a lot of that friction of like, what am I going to eat? How am I going to eat? Oh, forget it. I won't eat healthy this meal. I'll just have that cheap fast food. You take away all of that friction. And so with the app that we're building and we're going to present to you guys, we really want to give you tools to make sure that you're able to integrate this into your life. Like you said, whatever your working hours are, whatever your lifestyle is currently.
Which kind of leads us to number 5. Let's just dive into 5, because when you prioritize protein and fuel with fat, trust me guys, you're not going to want to eat again. Like if you hit that protein threshold, and you'll know it because that steak is just going to sit right in your throat. Like you're like, all right, I think I've hit my limit. But no, really, if it's ground beef or steak and eggs and butter and cheese, or without the cheese, I don't care. Right. But if that's what you're getting filled on, one meal a day is incredibly easy to do.
And my last bite of this one meal a day is always a little difficult to get down, like you say. I don't know if it's actually sitting there, but it's like, yeah, I know that I'm going to thank myself at 10 a.m. tomorrow for having this second bite, right? Or this last bite, that second bite. But right now, I'm so full that I don't really want it. And then I don't think about food for the rest of the day.
Anytime you're going to make a change, like I don't know if anybody here smoked cigarettes before, but Craig and I have, and the hardest thing about quitting was not just, it was like the physical part. So a lot of times, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're just that's been your programming for so long. Yeah. That's what's hard to break. Right. You know what I mean? It's not, even if you're not hungry, it's like, hey, like, no, it's, I got
it's movie time, it's popcorn time.
Right. Yeah. So it's just breaking that cycle, and it's going to take 30 days of just feeling kind of shitty about it until you start seeing the results. Right. Then your whole mood's going to change about it. Right. Because once you start seeing the results and you feel good and you look better and you got more energy, you're going to know it was worth it.
Right. Once those habits are instituted, it's so hard to go back.
I hate to use the word athlete because I know not everybody wants to be an athlete, but we kind of want to have the same traits, right? Like we want to think about performance, because it doesn't matter if you're an accountant or a secretary or a doctor. Like how you move is important. Right. If we can keep you at a very high performance level physically, that alone is going to help you with your health span and just the quality of your life. It really comes down to a freedom issue. Like you don't want to be stuck in a chair or bedridden, So My approach is, if we kind of think like athletes, where we are prioritizing our performance and the food that we eat is to support how we move, we develop better sleep patterns and all these things, then all of a sudden you're going to have a more robust biological youth than you would if you lived a different way.
Absolutely. And there's the way I like to think about it is that there's basically no profession or period of life that doesn't benefit from this attitude, which what we're getting at here is talking about ritualizing your food, ritualizing that one meal a day. And one of the ways that we do that is to earn the food, right? So you haven't eaten before a workout in, I don't know, 10 years, how many years? Has it been since
even very early on, I was never a breakfast guy. I woke up, it wasn't like where I wanted to go eat breakfast.
Right.
My first thought always was, let me either go to work or let me do something physical. The more I thought about it and the more I was thinking about how to optimize myself, because these commandments or these principles, I didn't just make them up in a day. This was over a 15-year period of me trying different things on what works, what doesn't work, and
learning from it.
Right, learning. And then this 10 list is what I thought was the most important things that I needed to go from where I was to where I'm at today.
And to share with other people.
And then just to kind of give you guys the same kind of blueprint that I didn't start with. I wish I started with it. But what naturally evolved into these 10 principles.
Absolutely.
And earn your food, I think, is one of the most important ones. It's like if you're in a fed state when you're training, your body is now still busy digesting food. So 60% of your energy is going to be diverted to that. You're not going to be training as optimally as you think you are unless you are hypoglycemic and you need that sugar because you're getting ready to pass out, right? As far as like insulin sensitivity, draining, glucose and glycogen out of the body. Now when we go to eat, there's storage space for these things to go. If all my glycogen stores are filled, my liver's filled with glycogen, I didn't dump that out of the system, and now I'm eating all this
you probably won't be able
carbohydrate.
to eat it. Right.
Right. Well,
you won't be able to get it down.
But your body doesn't have anywhere to store it.
Right.
It does. It stores it as fat. Until you don't have any more room in your fat, then where's it go? It's going in. It's storing. Now you got visceral fat happening. And I think we can avoid all those things, even if your diet wasn't perfect. But if you trained in a fasted state and depleted your body, and then refilled it, it's like the car analogy again. Like if we go to the gas station today, fill up our tank, drive 5 miles, and then go back to the gas station tomorrow and refill the tank again, there's nowhere to put the gas.
Right. Eventually the gas sort of spills over, it goes into fat.
Right. So there's like you just keep topping it off and topping it off. You never actually drain your tank. And what I'm saying is if you hit your training right, where your heart rate is in zone 4 and zone 5, you're going to empty. I've worn CGMs for 6 months. I've worn a CGM for a year, testing food, testing what training does to me. Your body is so intuitive, man. I'll have a baseline blood sugar reading. And then as soon as I finish my first 20-minute piece, let's just call it rowing and burpees, and I check my blood sugar is now almost tripled.
Right. All the way up.
Right. There was no exogenous sugar coming in. It was just my liver dumping it out because it felt that I was in this emergency where I needed it. Right. And now I depleted my liver of glycogen. I depleted my muscles of glycogen. So now when I go eat, the first priority of the body is going to be to refill these storage bins.
And for me, I think the earn my food principle, one of the things that I really love about it is the way that it all sort of meshes together. When we talk about the excuse matrix, the reason to go eat crappy food or to have a drink or to smoke a cigarette, we can replace that with a sort of good behavior matrix. I think earn your food is one of the really core pillars of that good behavior matrix. Is just a part of the gamification of life for me, right? So I'm somebody that really loved, video games like Civilization and anything that had like this one more turn style to it. Hey, there's a bonus coming. There's one more thing that you can earn. Those were always the sort of games that attracted me. And as I got a bit older and I've gotten into this sort of exercise lifestyle, I'm super into that gamification of life, right? It's like I'm doing something really, really difficult and it sucks. But at the end of it, cha-ching, I get my gold coin, right? And in this case, my gold coin, isn't money, it's food, it's nourishment. And when you train your body to expect that cycle, that rhythm of the day, you become unstoppable.
To me, there's no question this is the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've eaten 3 meals a day, I've eaten 2 meals a day. None of that comes close to how I feel
Just eating one meal a day,
meal a day.
working out, and then eating one meal
Exactly
a day.
right. There's nothing that comes close to it.
Right.
I mean, I still think about it now. Like my energy levels at 47 have never been better.
When you lack these things, when you don't have this anchor and this sort of series of things that happens through the rhythm of the day, I feel a lethargy. So when I get off track and I'm not doing the things I should be doing and I'm not listening to my cycle, I feel depressed.
And what's that do to relationships too? Because then your attitude's a little bit shorter. You're a little
bit snippier.
Right, you're aggravated, a little pissed off.
Right.
Unless you're training like an asshole, you're really not going to get me to yell.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you're coming in and you're not showing any kind of effort, I'm going to get in your ass.
Part of that earn your food mentality of like, what am I doing here? What is the purpose?
It's a ritual, guys. Create a ritual. Right. And like he said, like you gamified it, right? Man, it really, there's nothing like it. Because when you finish ring the bell, right? How? I mean, you're just like, oh, I get to feast now. It's, you know what I mean? It's like such a reward.
It makes Saturdays go from like the worst thing in the world to like the best thing in the world. So for anybody who's new to the podcast, we do a ring the bell workout every Saturday. It's brutal. This past Saturday, there was over 1,000 body weight reps. It's hard work. And then the feast comes. Saturday mornings are spent in a really healthy, productive way on one of my sort of home hobbies. Saturday at noontime, hitting ring the bell. Then feasting. Then Saturday night, I have all of this energy and excitement and passion towards life for my other hobbies, for my other relationships. Sunday, then we hit a double session, right? We do another hard thing on Sunday and feast.
I got double sessions every day.
Yeah, he has double sessions every day, which we'll get into when we talk about Zone 5 in the next episode. But yeah, I mean, it's a totally different style of life when you build your life around these anchors of the one meal, the exercise before that, the feasting or the fasting window.
I mean, look, the benchmark testing, performance testing. And that's kind of what we're going to give you guys. We want to give you these performance tests that you can do where you can kind of join our tribe on how we live and how we have these goals. Not quarterly, it's like every day we got these goals that we're trying to achieve for the next day. And what you find yourself doing is like, hey man, like I need to show up. Like I need to put in a good score.
You need to get after it.
Right. So you start living a little bit cleaner, you're going to bed a little bit earlier, you're prioritizing protein and fueling with fat, right?
There's levels to it. The first level to it is I need to clean up my life because if I don't, I'm going to die doing this workout, right? The next level to it is, okay, now I'm performing, now I want to build a foundation of success. And then you build up and build up and build up until you're at the level where you're like, dude, I think I can do this, and I want to test myself and see if I can be elite. I want to see how many burpees I can get done in the next 20 minutes.
Right.
I want to see how far I can row, et cetera, right?
Yeah.
And that's where, no matter where you are in your journey right now, we promise you, like, if you come along with us, you can get to that point. It's not easy, but it is simple.
Yeah, and it's just, this is why we call it the winning culture, because we really are, like, we're trying to win every day.
Yeah.
And once you adopt that, and you forget about all the other stuff, like you forget about how normal everybody is and how there's no push. Look, if you want to push, you're with the right people, because we're gonna set standards and benchmarks for you, and then show you how you can get really good at hitting these things.
And then eventually you'll start setting them for yourself and you'll hold yourself to a different standard.
100%.
And that's where it's at.
So those were the first 5. And then we're going to go through the next 5 in the next episode. But we went over don't count calories, balance between fed and fasted states, 1 meal a day, earn your food, and prioritize protein and fuel with fat. Then we'll hit 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in the next episode. I think that went well, bro.
That went pretty good.
Yeah. High five. All right.
I did this thing, you did this thing, but we fixed it in the end.
Yeah. It's all good.
We'll see you next week.
Peace.
And last but not least,
Peter.
am I getting catfished here, or any powers you want to tell us about? Any,
No, I don't have one. I just saw the ad.
No superpowers at all?
I have both type 1 and 2 diabetes.
Ow! Oh,
That's all the diabetes.
right, yeah, you got them all. If you find a type 3, let us know.
Gotcha, bitch.